We've been offering the program for about 3 years, and it's around leadership development for our emerging leaders in IHPME. And in Circle Dialogue, we bring together emerging and experienced leaders to look at the inner work of leadership by sharing stories, by looking at our challenges, and by looking into the future about where we want to be as leaders and what we want to contribute to the healthcare system.
There's a great deal of value in this kind of an approach for the novice leaders coming into the healthcare system. These are individuals that come with a great deal of experience, both in terms of their education and in their life experience. And bringing it all together in a way that allows them to learn from seasoned leaders, but not to repeat what we did, to actually build on their own approach. The world changes over the decades, and the leader of my time, when I was younger, is very different than what the system is going to need in the next 20 years.
Vernissage Health has been able to really provide me insight into what I am right now, what I'm good at, and what I want to be in the future. It's really framed what I've learned in school in a way that fills in the gaps between the theoretical classes that I take.
Something that surprised me is that failure is not a bad thing, and throughout my journey I always thought that failure is something that is frowned upon, but the leaders that I was able to talk to, they use their failure as a way to improve and grow and learn more about themselves as a leader.
The biggest impact for me was the storytelling. I believe that storytelling is one of the most powerful tools to learn, and I think through this program this might be one of the most learnings I actually gained from my schooling experience, because a lot of these stories that we heard from the experienced leaders, I believe that I'm going to remember those in the long term and hopefully apply those lessons.
What I'll take into my future career is the aspect of leadership that is relational, and the aspect of leadership that's about introspection. It's about being a better self. It's about achieving purpose, and it's about being genuine to yourself and being authentic. I think that those interpersonal qualities are probably the biggest lesson that I took away from Vernissage.
I feel like I learned more things about myself, and having done a few other leadership things before, I was surprised that I learned more about myself, and I felt like we thought about leadership as more kind of in a much broader sense. So I started to think about how I work on other things that I wouldn't necessarily think about leadership, but all of a sudden those things were relevant to my development as a leader and the way I want to move forward in my career.
I think what surprised me the most about the program and learning from the experienced leaders was that communication and leadership is relational and are key sort of skills for leaders, especially given the current healthcare climate. And I think are skills that we don't focus on enough in the classroom. So I was really privileged to be able to work on these skills while participating in the program.
Vernissage Health Circle Dialogue, learning about leadership through this type of experience is quite different than classroom learning. It's different from projects or practicums that we might do in the field. Over 5 or 6 sessions, we get to know a lot about one another, and we support one another, and we build lasting friendships and mentorship, and that's so different than what you might find in the classroom. We talk about this, it's all about the inner journey of leadership, and it's a very special process.